first of all, we got to separate everybody at the scene, and then once the family get there, we let them know exactly what happened, and possibly call our chaplain to talk to the person to be at the scene when the family get there, to try to give them some guidance as far as counseling concerned. But most of all, what we do is pretty much, we break the news to them. I let somebody from our agency break the news to them, along with the chaplain, and refer them to some different people that's an agency that can actually give them some type of counseling or help them in that area.
Okay. And the next question would be, how would you approach an investigation if you were convinced the suspect was one of your own?
With that question, approaching a situation like that, at the end of the day, you still have to do your job. So, regardless of the fact that your friends, anything, the law is the law. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. So, you eliminate friendships and everything, and handle your business they say it's possible. So you sit them down, talk to them, conduct the investigation, and it is pretty much it.
Okay. How well do you think you would handle the stress of working as a homicide detective? The long hours and late nights. Holidays, weekends. Like how well could you handle this? How hard is it to handle the stress of working as a homicide detective? Long hours, late nights, holidays, weekends.
It's difficult, but you learn all that before you join. So long hours, long night, holidays, working holidays, it comes with the territory. So it's more so getting accustomed to it. Before you become a homicide detective, it's pretty much the same way on the street, just not the long overnight hours, on call hours. So it's pretty much you becoming accustomed to what you want.
Okay. So when investigating a homicide, do you believe it's important to consider the feelings of the victims and suspect families?
Most definitely, it's always important to consider the feelings of anybody that's involved in it. However, when it comes down to doing your job, you have to do your job. You have to do it proficient, because that's what we're trained to do. This is a victim. We got people that talk to the victim. Of course, this is a suspect. Then that's on the other end. As far as that, we have to sometimes make an arrest based on the evidence or the situation of the case, and then turn it over to the investigator, and they actually go from there.
Okay. So, what are some of the most important skills needed to be a homicide detective?
Critical thinking, and also empathy for families and friends. Knowing how to pretty much separate your personal opinions from the law in reference to right and wrong. Like, everybody has their personal opinions on what should happen and what punishment that person should get, but still you have to go by the law, regardless of the fact that you feel like he shouldn't get the charge that he get based on the law, and what he broke. He got to get that charge.
Okay. So which aspects of being a homicide detective do you enjoy the most?
As far as being a homicide investigator, the part of it is putting the puzzle together, being able to solve the crime, being able to recall what happened, and actually find the person that's the suspect, and bringing the family some type of relief. So the best part about it is taking on the responsibility of being a professional law enforcement officer, getting to putting the pieces to the puzzle together, and coming up with a remedy, such as making arrests, or either some for the family, can helping them in a way to restore their peace back.
Okay. So when a case is looking unsolvable, what's the procedure for when it goes months or even years without getting solved, do you move to the next case and come back to it, or do you stay on that one until you can solve it, or do they just give up?
In reference to that question, if you working, it depends on the city you working. Like I came from DeKalb County, and you have multiple homicides, probably like 3 or 4 or 5 in one day. So if it's looking unsolvable, they separate detectives on each case. Granted, it's unsolvable right now, but you still have stuff that you set in line so it can be last longer, as far as like vehicles involved, as far as like people for questioning, and also people that was involved in the crime. So that's when, you know, they set out bolos. People wanted for questioning. You can get caught in any state. Even depends on how serious of the homicide was. It can fall over into other countries, as far as like Mexico and everything. That's when you get federal agents involved.
Okay.